Is there some time we're going to see that we ought to prioritize meth, crack, cocaine, and heroin and deal with the drugs that the American culture is really being affected by and lives are being lost?
The only thing I would say is that you talk to parents who have lost their children to drugs.
Right.
They will inevitably say that they started off with marijuana.
They probably started off with milk and then went to beer. And then they went to bourbon, and then they might have gone to marijuana. The gateway theory doesn't work.
Maybe.
It's a reality.
Marijuana is the most widely used illegal substance in the U.S., and because it is illegal, violent Mexican drug cartels have sprung up to supply the demand. These cartels kill thousands of people each year and are ruining the state of Mexico. If marijuana was legalized, these cartels would suffer a major blow, and we would be one step closer to eradicating them. However, there are also many internal reasons why marijuana should be legalized. If marijuana was legalized, then the U.S. government would save millions of dollars in incarcerating nonviolent offenders arrested for simple possession of marijuana. The U.S. government would also generate money on the taxes that would be placed upon the marijuana. One of the major reasons why marijuana remains illegal is the fear that if it was legalized, it would be more accessible to kids. However, studies show that as it is now, marijuana is already more accessible to them than alcohol or cigarettes. And if it was legalized, it may actually reduce their accessibility to it. Also, the theory that marijuana is a gateway drug is partially true. However, part of the reason it is true is to get marijuana, you have to go through the drug dealers who are trying to get you hooked on harder drugs like cocaine and heroin, which are considerably more harmful to you than marijuana. So, the criminalization of marijuana is actually causing the gateway drug theory and is not helping the users at all. Lastly, hemp, which is a derivative of the marijuana plant but cannot get you high, is extremely useful. It can be used as paper and for clothing. And the United States is the only country that does not grow its own hemp for clothes and paper and other materials. With hemp, you will not need to cut down any more trees for paper and can help save the rainforests.
Marijuana is now being used for medical purposes. Over 15 states have allowed it to be used medically, California being the first in 1996. You have to be over the age of 18 or under the age of 17 with parental consent. To get your F-15 card, also known as medical card, you have to have some type of disease or illness. To get your medical card, you have to go to the doctors and tell them what your illness or weakness is, and they can either allow you to use marijuana medically or not, and it costs around $100 to get your medical card. Once you have your medical card, you can go to marijuana dispensaries, and you're only allowed in with a medical card. You can buy any type of marijuana, but you are prescribed a certain amount. In some situations, you can even grow your own medical marijuana for your usage. When you are smoking or eating your medical marijuana, you're not allowed to do so in a public area such as a public park.